Meredith is here, so let's not forget her.
Yeah.
Do your best.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see these beautiful faces, actually. So I named the style of my presentation today as unusual.
Okay.
And the reason why I named it that way is because I will be starting from the middle of the presentation instead of the beginning of the presentation.
You want to let you go?
Okay.
No, just exit it. Yeah, new share. You're better at this than I am.
Yeah.
So where is your slide? Oh, I think you have to open it first.
It's open.
Okay. Let me let you handle it. Causing more trouble than solution.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm checking something.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Here we go. Yes. So as I mentioned, I will start from the middle of the presentation. Yeah. And start with, let's talk about the Hausa. When we're talking about Hausa, we are talking about three things: the language, the literature, and the culture of the Hausa people, and the Hausa as a language and ethnic group. Yeah, then we talk about the Hausa language. So in summary, somewhat I presented a seminar on Afero regarding Hausa marital rights. So I will share the link with you. There I explain a bit about the Hausa people in terms of population and other things. But in summary, the population of Hausa as of 2016 research is around 160 million globally. Yes, the Hausa language has many dialects. That is because the wide geographical location the Hausas are covering, especially within Nigeria, northern Nigeria, and southern Niger. The Hausa people occupied the whole of northern Nigeria, and they occupied 1/2 of the population. That is half of the population of the citizens of Niger, Republic of Niger, are Hausa speakers. So that's why we have different Hausa dialects. Like in Nigeria, we have 7 different Hausa dialects. As you can see them here, like Bausanchi, Kananchi, Katsananchi, the Hausa dialect of Bauchi, Hausa dialect of Kano. All these cities are Hausa cities in Nigeria: Bauchi, Kano, Katsina, yes, Daura, Sokoto, yeah, and the rest of them. In Niger, Republic of Niger, we have dialects, 7 major dialects also, like Adaranchi, Agarasanchi, Arewanchi, and rest of them, as you can see on the screen. So these are the major dialects in northern Nigeria and southern Niger, which form 14 major Hausa dialects. But there are other minor Hausa dialects in Nigeria, Niger, and other parts of Africa. Yes, so let's talk of the Hausa orthography. The Hausa has a writing system. Initially, it started with Ajami writing system, which is the use of Arabic alphabets to write Hausa. So the writing will be in Hausa, but using Arabic alphabets. But with socialization and Western education, the Hausa switched to the use of Roman alphabet, which is known as Boko, to write Hausa. So as you can see the alphabets here, I believe they are familiar to you. Yeah, then we talk about universities in Nigeria that award degrees in Hausa studies. Yeah, starting from undergraduate degree, master's degree, and PhD degrees. So you can see that I highlighted 12 of them. These are not all, but these are the major ones, major universities issuing degree. There are also other international universities that issue degrees in Hausa language, culture, and literature. Yes, And in terms of radio programs, there are some international radio programs that air radio stations that air programs in Hausa, like BBC Channel Radio International, and including Voice of America, of course. So, but locally within Nigeria, Niger, and other African countries, there are a lot of radio stations as well as TV stations that air programs in the Hausa language. And with this summary, let's talk about the Hausa culture. And when we are talking about the Hausa culture, we talk about the people, rite of passage, which is marriage, birth and death, the medicines of the Hausa, the dietary habits, and much more. But due to time, I would take few of these ones and explain. This is all before we start our presentation. So I told you that I will start from the middle of the presentation. Later on, I will do the introduction and we'll start the presentation proper. Yeah. Okay, talking about the Hausa people, Hausa are black in complexion, are black in color. As you can see, a Hausa child, a young adult, and an old Hausa man. A Hausa little girl, a lady, Hausa lady, and of course, an older woman. Talking about medicine, the Hausa people are well known for their medicinal practices in Africa. And when we talk about medicine, we're not only talking about drugs, but rather cure for anything that like disturb human beings and other creatures, including plants. Yeah, so there are many things that Hausa people used to come out with medicines, including herbs, roots, animal skin, animal bones, yeah, and the rest of them here. I will share this presentation with you after the class, and I believe you can have a look at it better. Yes. Then talking about clothing, also the Hausas are well known for their culture in terms of clothing. As you can see, due to influence of Islamic religion, the Hausa women and ladies, yeah, usually cover all parts of their body, except the face and the hands. As you can see, this three picture, the first one, the second one is a lady. Then this third one is taken inside a house, and that's why they are not wearing any cover, any hijab. Yeah. Then have a look at this picture. You can see that there are different types of dresses used during different occasions. Like the first one is a king, so you can see the type of dress he's wearing. Yeah, the second one, this taken during a cultural display, so you can see the type of dress they are wearing. Yes, the third one, this is a farmer in his farm or on his farm, and you can see the type of dress he's wearing. And this one at the bottom here, bottom left, is during an event also, a royal event. So you can see the type of dress they are wearing. And for these young guys, the picture was taken during a marital event. So you can see the type of dress they are wearing too. Talking about events in Hausa, there are many cultural events that are taking place in the Hausa land. The first image, top left, is fishing festival. During this fishing festival, many people from different parts of the country attend it. It's conducted at one of the Hausa cities in northern Nigeria called Kebbi State. And during this fishing festival, a lot of events and happenings take place, like a fishing competition, yeah, swimming competition, and a lot more. Yeah. Then this one also is an event called Dava, popularly taking place at Kano, which is one of the most popular Hausa states in northern Nigeria. Yes, and the picture below is taken during a cultural display also. Yeah. Let's talk about the dietary habits or foods of Hausa. This is a picture of a book yet to be published. And in this book, the authors were able to gather information of about 350 different Hausa foods, varieties of food in Hausa, about 350. To start with some of what you can see here on the cover, like this one is a vegetable. Yeah, this one is called tuo. This one at the bottom right is called masa. Yeah, and the funny thing is that most of these foods, the type of foods here, do not have names in English. Yeah, I tried to look for the names, but I could not get, because we don't have them here in the United States. So that's when you actually. We talk about Hausa marital rights. I will share you these links I presented already, as I told you earlier. I will share you these links and you can watch the presentation online. Yes, regarding Hausa marital rights. Then briefly, let's talk about the Hausa literature. The Hausa literature is really diverse. When we talk about literature, we are talking about different things, not only music, singing and dancing, not only poetry. Yes, not only drama, not only films. We're talking about a lot of things. So talking about prose, poetry, and other genres of literature, the Hausas are well diverse in that. And there are a lot of researches in different universities regarding the Hausa literature. I will share some of the references with you also. This is not to waste time on this. We are starting the presentation now. And good morning, everyone, once again. My name is Abu-Ubaida Sani. I'm a native Hausa from northern Nigeria. I'm here at University of Georgia as Fulbright foreign language teaching assistant, taking Hausa. The topic I will be presenting today is on birth in the ancient and contemporary Hausa community. And when I say birth, everyone knows what I'm talking about. So I will specifically talk about birth in ancient and contemporary Hausa communities. This picture is a child, Hausa child, yes, that is taken recently. So let's start with childbearing in Hausa ancient communities. Important steps. In the Hausa ancient communities, they consider birth as one of the rites of passage, an important step in the life of the Hausa. So for that, they have given a very important attention to anything related to birth. And the first step in Hausa birth tradition is shigar ciki, which is known as pregnancy. So there are many ways. I have outlined 4 of them in which the Hausas recognize or understand that a female is pregnant. The first one is observation by older women, especially doula. This doula in Hausa, we call it Nkozama, and she plays an important role in the Hausa birth traditions. There is ways they observe, they are special in that by looking at the female, a pregnant female, they will tell that she is pregnant, whether the pregnancy is 1 month, 2 months, yeah, or that and that. So they have the skills there. The second one, way Hausa believe that they understand if a female is pregnant is by vomiting. When they see that the female regularly vomits, yeah, they assume that she's pregnant, and they go back to the woman or doula to confirm that. Then I'm already here. This one, that's the situation whereby a female, yeah, let's say a married lady or married woman, did not see her period, menstruation period, maybe like 1, 2, 3 months without menstruation. So that one also, they go back to the older women, especially doula, to check, to ask them if she is pregnant, and they can tell by observing. The fourth one is unusual and abnormal behaviors. That is like choices in food she eats and other things she does, yeah, in normal life. A beautiful woman, a beautiful pregnant woman. Yeah, and The second thing in the Hausa birth tradition is Renunciating, prenatal care. So when a female is observed to be pregnant, there are some important things as prenatal care that takes place. The first one is like stop going to the river to fetch water, especially early morning. Remember that I'm talking about olden days, olden ancient Hausa communities. So for example, now if you go to the Hausa communities, you hardly see someone going to the river to fetch water before using it. Yeah, so but those days, the female has to go to a river, the river in the morning to fetch water to be used during the day. Yeah, so when a female is pregnant, she stopped going to the river. And that is because of a superstition that says that if she goes to the river, spirits, jinn, yeah, devils will change the child in her womb and replace it with their own. Then sometimes she stops going to bush to fetch firewood and stop fetching water from well. Maybe some of you do not know what well is because I've never seen any since I arrived in the United States, and I don't think you have any here. So this is a picture of well. It's a hole which is dug or drilled. So you use what we call drawer. As you can see, this drawer in the first picture. So you put the drawer into the well, yes, you draw out the water. So the second picture here, you can see some ladies fetching water from the well. So if a female is observed to be pregnant, she stopped going to the well to fetch water. That is because they are afraid that jinn, spirit devils will change the child in her womb and replace it with their own child. Yes. Then the third thing is going chiki, which is advanced prenatal care, apart from those one. And this takes place when the pregnancy reaches like 4 to 5 months. And during that time, the first thing that happened, the pregnant woman is returns to her family for proper care. So her parents at the house take proper care of her. And the second one, the husband, during the time she is away, he will gradually make shopping for what we call kayan kauri. I will explain this kayan kauri as we go on with the explanation. Yeah, and the next one is haihuwa, which is birth. And that takes place under the care of doula, which is ongozama in Hausa. She's just like a doctor or a nurse, yes. So, and the second thing that happened at this stage is that she's given different types of traditional medicine for easy delivery. There are different types of them, yeah. The third stage in the Hausa birth tradition is barakatu or baraka, which is visit and gifts. This is an important stage. If a woman gives birth to a child, her friends visit her and give her gifts. Yes, and this one is a tradition because the woman will be observing that so-so person brought so-so kind of gifts to me. So when that person, that female also give birth to a child, I will take something that is more than what she brought to me to her. So the thing continue growing like that. So if, for example, it's money, if she brings $20 to me, when she gives birth to a baby, I will take $30 to her. And next time she will be bringing $40 to me, and next time I will take $50 to her. It continue going like that. Yeah, we talk about current Audi, and this is the sixth stage, shopping and post-partum practices. So there are a lot of things that the husband needs to get during, and he made this preparation and shopping mostly during this going to advanced prenatal care when the woman is with her family. So among what he has to buy include goat head, pepper, tamarind, potash, firewood, items for the mother, and of course items for the child. So he prepare all this and get it ready. Like, yeah, he get all these things ready and he's good to go. Then the next important stage is suna, which is naming or naming ceremony. And a lot of things happen here. The first one is Wabi, a child whose elder brothers sisters are both died during infancy. So before that suna should take place or naming ceremony should take place, if that person is Wabi, and Wabi by definition, this is the definition, if the baby has all his elder brothers, sisters, or both elder brothers and sisters died during infancy, then there is an event or a practice that has to take place. And that is, the parent will take on the 7th day, that's the name of the time for Suna, the day for Suna, that's the day for naming ceremony, 7th day. Yes, that's after a week, exactly after a week. They will take that child to a junction. If I say junction here, I mean where there are 4 connection of, yes, intersection of roads. And I'm talking about ancient communities, so I'm not talking about road. Don't think it's a road like a road you go and find in Atlanta or Georgia. Yeah, I'm talking about footways, yes. So like in a bush and wherever. So they will go there and they will beg for the gods, the spirit, and the devils that they will beg them to allow their child to stay alive. So, and if they are lucky, the gods approve and the child stay alive. So if he stays alive or she stays alive, there's certain name they will give that child to indicate that yes, the gods has approved their like village and allowed the child to stay alive. Then the second tradition that is usually conducted on that 7th day is tabbatar da diyanta, which is like DNA test. Now, if you are not sure whether the child really belongs to the father or not, you go to hospital and conduct DNA test. So the Hausa of the ancient community has the way they do it. It's funny actually. And the way they do it is that you can see this picture, this is a hut. Maybe you don't have something like this in USA, I don't know, I'm not sure, I've not seen any. And the second picture is a corn, yes, plantation. So they take dry stem of this plantation. You can see it's very thin, it's not strong. So they will raise this, the roof of this hut, you can see. The whole of it, you can see, is heavy. Even the Hausas has a proverb that they said, that is, one hand cannot put off or raise the roof of a hut. So, but they will use this tiny stem of dry corn stem and raise part of this roof, then put that stem as a standard. That's they put the stem on the wall and they rest the roof on it. So there will be a little passage where the size of the baby can pass. So the mother will stay inside the room, inside the hut, and another person will stay outside. So the mother will pass the child through the opening just beside that stem that is not strong. However, she will pass the child, the person outside will collect it and pass the child back to her. That is once. She will pass it again, he will collect and pass it back to, she will do for the 3rd time. So if that child belongs to the father, yes, and yeah, nothing will happen. They will do the 3 rounds successfully. But if the child does not belong to the father, that roof will eventually, the stem, dry stem will break up and the roof will fall on the child and he will get killed instantly. And the village people will there and then know that maybe she conducted adultery and got that child. Yeah, and she's in trouble if that happens.
Excuse me, Professor. I think we have some people waiting in the waiting room to listen to the lecture.
Okay. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, let's accept them.
Yes, please.
While the waiting room. Can you see the waiting room?
No, you won't show you. That's it. Then we have to totally come out of it. Now you can go to your here. Now go to participants. issue, yeah, yeah, admit all. Okay. So,
Yeah, thank you for that. And let's continue. Yeah, here we go. So the third thing that happened is choosing a name. There are different ways the Hausa people in the ancient days choose a name for their babies. The first one is using this method. There is something, a plantation we call Rama. I cannot get the appropriate name in English, but it looks like Indian hemp or a sorrel. Yes. So this is how it is actually. This is how the plantation is. So they will take a dry stem of this Rama. That's a plantation that looks like Indian hemp or sorrel. They will take it when it is dry. They will put a sharp object in a fire. They will use that sharp object to draw some signs, some lines, yeah, on 7 pieces of this dried stem of this plantation. So on the 7th day, they will call the attention of the mother. They will give her. Council of elders will do that. Council of elders will give to the mother. The mother will choose one blindly. After she choose that one, she will hand it back to the council of elders. So the council of elders will read the quotes. Nobody knows the quotes. They will read the quotes and they will interpret the name that that baby deserves according to their interpretation of that writing or science. So that's the first way. And if they do it that way, they will not tell the name of that child until the day the child is getting married, if it's a man, if it's a male. And if it's a female, they will not tell the name of the child until the day she is getting married to. And that one is for different reasons. Yeah, we are not talking about, there are different reasons. It's belief, superstitions, yes, and following the gods of the ancient days. Then the ancient Hausa names, there are things that the Hausas consider when giving name to a baby. There are different types of them, and I highlighted some of them here. The first one is named based on time in a year, based on times in a year. So one important thing with Hausa traditional name is that even if you are not looking at a person, if they call his name and you never know the name, you will be able to tell the time, either the time that person is giving birth to, the situation that person is giving birth, the situation in which he is giving birth to, the type of marital situation, yeah, and the day they give birth to that child. You can tell things about that child, and that is due to the nature of the Hausa traditional names. So the first thing they consider in giving them is times in a year, the time at which that particular child is given birth to. Like we have names like Chitum, that's a male child who is born when crops are getting ripe. So if a child is born during that time, they call him Chitum. So in a community, if you hear somebody calling another person Chitumu, you know directly that this person is giving birth to when crops are getting ripe. Then we have Sakachi, a male child who is born during harvesting. So if you hear Sakachi, that means you know that confirm this child is born during harvesting. We have Naruru, yes. Let's go to the second one, names based on weather. Yeah, there are names that are based on weather, like Malka or Malka. That's a female child who is born at a time when it was raining heavily. When it's raining heavily and you give birth to a child, you call it Malka. We have Anarua. Yeah, we have names based on structure of the child. This one, they consider the structure of the child and they give him the name. Like Pari, Hori, Jatau. That one is a child that is white in complexion. When during birth, is white, so they will call him with either of this name. We have Baki Oduna. If a child is very dark, is black, yes, they call him that. Baki Duna, yes. So we have names based on situations or circumstances surrounding the marriage. Yeah, and that's when something happened about the marriage before giving birth to the child, or during birth, or after birth. Yeah, they use that situation to name the child. The first example here is like Dada, a child whose parents are relatives. If the parent of a child are relative, in Hausa we call it Auren Dangi, then the daughter or son may be called Dada. So if you hear someone calling another person Dada, you definitely know that the parents, his parent or her parents are, yes, related, bloodly related. Then we have Korau, and this is a child who is born after his mother is divorced. Maybe, yes, the father divorced the mother, divorced the woman, and she was divorced when she was pregnant. So after giving birth in her family house, that child will be called Korau. And if we say Korau in Hausa, from Korewa, we mean chasing away, chasing somebody away. So it's technically saying that that child is the one that chased the mother away out of her marital house. Yes. We have name based on situation or circumstances surrounding the child. And this one, we are not talking about surrounding the marriage, but the child himself. If there is any circumstance or situation surrounding the child, then the parent can decide to name him using, reflecting the circumstance. Like we have Bara, that's the child whose all elder sisters are female. If, like, in Hausa communities, it's different from the situation here, where in a house you get maximum siblings are 4. There you can get a house with 20 children, 30 children, yes, 25 children. So if, for example, the child that is born, a male child, has all his elder sisters are female, then that person is called Bara. So when you say Bara in Hausa, you mean like begging. So technically, it's like telling the community that the females has to beg the gods to bless them with a male child, because all other children in the house are females. Then we have Abarta or Abarta, which is a female child whose all elder brothers, sisters, or boys have died in infancy. So I told you earlier that when it is NYB, that's someone whose elder brothers and sisters died during infancy, you go to the junction and you beg the gods for that child to stay. So if the gods agrees and the child stay, and she's a female, they call it Abarta. That is, if you say Abarta in Hausa, you mean they leave her or they allow her. They allow her to stay or they leave her to stay. So technically here, all the elder sisters and brothers died, but this one, because you beg the gods, and the spirits, then they allow her to stay. So for that, we name her as Abarta, that she's allowed to stay. Then the next one here is Goma, and this is a female child whose all her elders are females. So a female child that all her elder sisters are females also. All the elder siblings in the house are females. So, and Gomma in Hausa means it is better. So here, it's like you are not happy about the birth, but at least it is better than none. So you are telling the world, yes, at least it's better, though I'm not grateful, but it's better because I already have a lot of females and you are now giving me another female. Yes.
So quickly, is Bara and Guama just male, female?
Bara.
Is it male child who's?
Yeah, that Bara is both for male and female.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Bara. Yes, and Goma for female. Yes, but that Bara is usually for male child, since we have Goma for female separately. Yes. Then this another interesting thing the Hausas consider in ancient days to name a child. That is named based on days. So if you are born, for example, on Friday, and you are a male child, automatically your name is Danjuma. Juma'a means Friday in Hausa. So if you are born on Juma'a, that's Friday, you are called Danjuma. For female, you are called Jummai. Then, if you are born on Saturday, you are called Dan Asabe, for female Asabe. Born on Sunday, Ladidi, and for Dan Ladi, for female Ladi or Ladidi. Yeah, born on Monday, which is Litinin in Hausa, we have Dan Liti or Dan Tani. For female, we have Tani. Born on Tuesday, which is Talata in Hausa. Then for male, we have Dan Tala. For female, we have Talatu. Born on Laraba, which is Wednesday, we have Balarabe, Laraba, Olare. Born on Thursday, which is Alhamis, we have Lami, and for female, we have Lami. So technically in this room, if I can see your date of birth, I can tell your name. I don't have to know the name you registered with. I can tell your name, whether you are Ladi or Ladidi, whether you are Tala or Talatu. Yeah. I am Balarabe. Oh, so Balarabe. Oh, aha, that Ladi? Balarabe. Oh, so that the Ojo Seti is Balarabe. Thank you. Maybe when we have a time, everyone in the room can tell the category he belongs to or she belongs to. Okay, so the eighth one is names based on situation or circumstances surrounding the birth. Yes, when there is special situation surrounding that birth, there are names that are given to the child. The first one is Arziki, which is a child whose mother experienced dystocia during their birth. And this word means like difficulty. There was difficulty during the birth, and they call it Arziki. So Arziki means like in this context, Arziki can refer to like at least lucky. Yes, she is lucky after all the hardship, after all the hard experience, she finally gave birth to the child. Then we have Shekarau, and this is a child whose pregnancy lasted for a year before delivery. So instead of 9 months, the usual 9 months, this one lasted for a year. And if we say Shekarau in Hausa, it's a word from Shekara, which means year. So Shekarau, somebody that stayed somewhere for a year. Yes, we have, this Shekarau is very popular. We even, there is a governor in one of the major states in Nigeria that is named Shekarau. If you check online, you can see it, even on Wikipedia. Yes, then we have to know. And this to know is a child who is not firstborn, but the mother took a long time since after her last delivery before giving birth to him. For example, if a woman gives birth to a child, but stayed for like 10 years or 15 years without giving birth to any other child, then suddenly she gives birth to another child, that child will be called to know. And to know in Hausa means remembering. So it's like she has forgotten about how to give birth to children, then she suddenly remembered and she gave birth to this child. So to summarize, that means when choosing a name in the Hausa ancient community, we consider things like periodic names, names based on time in a year, names based on weather, names based on structure of the child, names based on circumstances surrounding the marriage or surrounding the child, based on days, based on activities, based on situations surrounding the birth. Then names based on wishes. And this one, based on wishes, is like you are wishing the child something, so you will name him like that. I will give you examples. Like if you say, like we have name like Arziki or Mekudi. Mekudi means somebody that is wealthy, somebody that is rich. So if you call somebody Mekudi, you are praying that may the God bless him with money, with wealth. Yes, we have examples of names like that. Then Ana names. Yes, there are names that are based on Ana. Then let's talk about the naming ceremony. There are things that happen during the naming ceremony after choosing the name. Choosing of the name, the third one. So we are now talking about the naming ceremony. The first one is to slaughter an animal. Yeah, you can see pictures of example of animals that are slaughtered, either ram or he-goat. But something happened here. You can see in bracket, the mother is giving the wealth of the animal. So the animal will be distributed within the family. Everyone will have his share. Then the mother is given wealth of the animal. I'm talking about the ancient Hausa community. So somebody once asked, what is the philosophy behind the mother being given wealth of the animal and not other parts of the body of the animal? So the answer here is funny. Everyone is added here. I will mention it in quotes and I will mention it once, so I believe you understand. The simple answer is that because the waste suffers before, during, and after the birth. Yeah. So I don't have to explain. Okay. So example of the animals. So, and after slaughtering animal, there is bravery display. And this one is because, in the Hausa ancient community, every house has tradition, have their tradition. Yeah, and they are they specialize on one aspect of occupation or art and crafts, like fishing, like farming, like iron bending. Yeah, there are a lot of things, dyeing, and other things. So during naming ceremony, they usually display bravery, and that one is to showcase their culture, to show other people that they are still holding tight to their culture and that their younger generation are ready to pick up that culture. I will give you an example of this one. For example, if a child is given to birth in the family of people that do fishing, yeah, they can take that child, go to a river with drumming, singing, and dancing, go to a river and put that child underwater for about 5 hours. They can put him underwater. They will continue the celebration. After 5 hours, they will go back to the river and bring the child out, and he will be alive. 5 hours or more than that. Yes. And yeah, it will be surprising. I have videos to show you. And if, for example, it's born to a family which we call Tauri, and if we say Tauri, we mean hardness in Hausa. Those ones are people that no weapon can penetrate their body, like knives, yeah, and other objects. Yeah, Dr. Ojo is saying maybe he does them from the Hausa community. So now I'll just show you few. Let me stop sharing this screen and share another screen to show you few examples of what I mean. Yeah, what I will show you now is a child after giving birth to a child. They brought him to the streets with singing, drummers, and everything to celebrate. And they are trying sharp objects on the child to show people that, look, this child belongs to us. And this child will be brave in the future. So you can see how they will be trying knife on the child.
Sorry, we can't see.
Sorry,
You have to come out altogether.
they can.
It's a problem with the computer.
There is little problem with
Yeah, it won't change the screen. So if you go all the way out,
like here.
Minimize that. Okay, it's close the corner. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So now you
Okay. So we are ready to share it.
This is where I always get lost in my lecture. And
Yeah, exactly. You can see that he is using a sharp knife, very sharp knife on the child. What he is using on the child is called aska. It's a blade, a very sharp blade, as sharp as a razor blade.
So because it belongs to the Tauri family.
Yeah, because
so by nature.
Yeah, but
they are hard skin. So when the warriors, they don't get pierced by sword and everything.
Yes.
So this is genetic. They believe it's part of
no, you have to take something. They have things they take. They have traditional medicines. Yes, they take. Yes. I will give you this story briefly.
Yeah.
There was a Tauri man in Zamfara. Zamfara is one of the Hausa communities in Nigeria, where he performed ablution.
Okay.
Some chicken go to the place and take water from the ground, drink water, chicken. So during Salah celebration, they try to slaughter the chicken. They try all they could because of taking water that is, coming from the body of that person. They could not slaughter the chicken. Okay, and I told you about going down the water. So this video I'm going to show you are people. They are all young adults that belongs to the family of fishermen. So this one is a competition, a live competition that is video during fishing festival at Argungu, Kebbi State, Nigeria. So the competition is that they will go under the water, all of them at the same time, and the winner will be the last person to come out. So they will stay there for minutes. Some of them will not come out at all until the judges go out and bring them out, even if they will stay there for throughout the day. So I will be forwarding the video because they stay in the water for a long time. So here they are going to the water, inside the water. So you can see that they are now under the water, but everyone is holding something. That one is to indicate to the judges if something is happening to the person, maybe that thing will go down and they will go and rescue him. So you can see that this video is 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So technically, some of them stayed there for about 7 minutes under the water. So let me forward the video. Okay, please mute your audio. Someone is talking. Please mute your audio. Yeah, some are coming out. So anybody that is tired will come out. So you can see people are already coming out. Let me forward the video a bit. 2 people will remain there and they will not come out until the judges go there to bring them out. You will see that. So you can see that after 3 minutes, 12 seconds, only 2 people are in the water. Okay, so other people had to go there and bring them out. So that's story for you, and that's special meant for you. And let me quickly share another video with you.
So in the fishing family, this will have been the kind of thing they will do for a baby.
Yes, they will put the baby inside the water, and yes, that shows that the baby belongs to the family. Something is wrong.
Is that right?
Oh, no. Yeah. Seven days.
Not sure, please. I don't, please don't show that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The video I shows little part of it also. You see, it's a child. They are using knife on the neck of the child, but the knife cannot harm the child.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is just proving the bravery.
Yes, proving the bravery of their children and that the children belong to them. Okay, then for women, they celebrate at home. They cook food, they sing and they dance during the marriage, during the ceremony, the naming ceremony.
Apologies, I'm not trying to stop your presentation, but I think people can go watch the video when they want to, because we will post it. And
Yeah.
And then sort of prepare themselves for that.
Yeah. Hey, you are afraid of that.
Well, I mean, it can be traumatic. Even if nothing happens to the child.
Yeah.
Watching that can affect you.
Yeah, we watch it because we are used to it. Okay. Then the next thing is Arba'in, or after 40 days. So there are events that happen here. Then we have Yae, weaning. That is when the child stops taking breath. The breastfeeding of the child stops. And this one also chicken, the father will buy chicken for the child. And sometimes the child is taken to his or her grandparents to take care of him or her. And during that time, that's when they will start teaching him about what we call Tatsunya. That is the Hausa folklore, yes, stories in Hausa. And that one is considered as the first school of the child, because the child learns everything about life, yes, humanity, kindness, being humble, and other things, all from Tatsunya or folklore. The 10th is Kachia or circumcision. And this one, everyone almost knows circumcision. I read that you also do it here. Yes. So, and this one, in the olden days, it is different actually. This is different story from what is happening here. It was barbaric actually. Yes. So that time, depending on the gods the particular Hausa community are worshiping, sometimes the children will be gathered at the same time after 4 years. After every 4 years, circumcision event take place. So they will gather the children. After the circumcision, they will take them to a particular bush, maybe in a cave or somewhere in a bush. Somebody godly will be taking care of them. And the barbaric aspect of it was that before they come out from that bush, one of them has to sacrifice to the gods. And nobody will know the child that will be sacrificed to the gods. When it is about 2 days to come out from the bush, the parents, especially the mothers of each, the mother of each child will sew clothes, set of clothes to him, a trouser, a shirt, and a cap. They will give to the representative to take to the bush. So if a mother gets the clothes she sew for her boy returned to her, that one she definitely know that her child has been sacrificed to the gods. So, but that practice is no more happening in the Hausa community. And the community that usually does that is called Kyauka community. Kyauka, they are Hausa community, Kyauka, yes. So you can see, usually what is used traditionally is this type of blade, which is called aska. Just like the aska, the other person was trying on his child and it could not cut him. So they use this aska for the circumcision. So after the circumcision, when the boys return to the town, there is celebration. Yes, the boys will be wearing the same kind of dress. Yeah, they will be uniform, the same shirt, the same trouser, and the same cap. yeah, there will be singing and dancing, and they will go around the town for everyone to see them. Let me share an example of that briefly for you to see.
I hope it's not the example of circumcision.
Yeah, it's not an example of Dr. Ojo is afraid of seeing all those things. Okay, it's not an example of circumcision. Okay. Oh.
Culture of identity, but I think time has passed on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope I can share it now. Yeah.
Let you know if you have about 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes, right? Okay, we'll soon summarize for. Okay, you can see the children here. So after the circumcision, they are uniformly dressed.
Yara kusan sama da dubu aka yi wa kaciya a wannan karo wanda suka yi zaman wata.
So you can see that the adult ones carry the children on their shoulder and they go around the town with singing and dancing. Ah. Yes, and that is about circumcision. Okay. So these are just all pictures of Hausawa or the Hausas taken in the 1980s. These are ladies, and this one are some children, and yeah, and young adults in the Hausa community in the 1980s. So I am not sure, I don't have time to talk about this birth in the contemporary Hausa community. But in summary, what I will tell you is that now all the ancient practices are no more practiced in the Hausa tradition, and there is great influence of Islamic religion on naming ceremony and choosing names. That's why in today's Hausa Muslim community, most of the names are Islamic or Arabic names. For example, I'm a native Hausa, and my name is Abu-Ubaida, which is an Arabic name. Yeah. So few of the things that still happen regarding the traditions is the naming ceremony that people gather and they celebrate without singing and dancing though, but they celebrate, they eat there, yeah, they have fun, and that's all. Also, animals are slaughtered during the naming ceremony. So I will share these references with you. I'll just share the list of references with you. Maybe you may ask questions about them. References continues. Yeah, some online sources. Yeah, so in summary, I can say that some of the practices of Hausa birth tradition are barbaric, which are now not more in practice in the Hausa community. A special thanks to my mentors and heroes. Nagode, and this one means thank you. So thank you everyone, and we are set for questions.
I'll let you answer it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Okay, someone has question in the room here.
Yeah.
I have a question. So you named the 10 different aspects, like some of the Hausa culture received their names. So do people choose the names based on all 10, or they choose different parts?
Okay.
Remember the
So the
list
10 aspects, like,
of
do you
names.
receive the name on each of those, or just part of them?
Yeah, not all of them,
Okay,
but part of them.
okay.
Yes, not all of them.
And how does someone like choose what part, like how do you choose what parts to name someone on?
Yeah, it's depend on the choice of the family.
Okay,
Yes, it's depend on the choice of the family.
If I can rephrase that question, is it possible for one to get more than one?
Yes,
name
it's
from one
possible.
of those lists?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it's possible. Yes. So from online, do we have any question?
If you don't, I have questions.
Okay.
We only have 5 more minutes. So I've already asked you the question about Guama and Bara. I wanted to find out, when you were talking about the DNA test, when
Yes.
they threw the child through the roof,
Yes.
maybe one clarification I wanted to point out is, the goal is not to kill the child. So as much as we're talking about, because oftentimes when we look at all these practices, we focus on the risk.
Yes.
But the test actually is set up in such a way that the least danger to the kid, except if it's quote unquote not legitimate.
Yes. Yes.
So that it's not like the society setting up that every child will have a high risk of dying. So I wanted to ask, what happens when the child does not survive the paternity test?
Yeah. When the child does not survive, the child is killed instantly.
And the
Yeah.
mother continues to be in the family?
No,
Okay.
the mother is in big trouble, and her family also is a shameful, is a shame, a great shame to the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that go back to the fact that when you marry, you're not marrying a person, you're marrying the whole family, because she's the one that was adopted. Why does the family have to pay the price?
Yeah, and not only the family at that time, but that continues even after years. Yeah, for generations. For example, during a marital ceremony in those days, before the marriage, usually the person announcing the marriage will have to ask, is there any objection? So during that question, after is there any objection, someone may come out of the gathering and like object that this particular family in so and so years, for example, 50 years ago, had their daughter committed so and so thing. Yes, so that is considered. That's why during the marital presentation, I talked about testing virginity. Yes, so they consider it very serious. Yes.
Okay, I have a question. Concerning the children being staying in the water, did you know that the newborn child is after 7 days, we stay in the water for 5 hours?
Yes, or more than that.
More than that?
Yes. One thing you are to understand that this is not normal. This is magic and belief.
So they have to do something, maybe they feed the child, maybe some herbs, and they do some rituals.
Yes, yes. They know their ways.
And it's possible.
Very possible. It's happening. Not only possible, but it's happening, or it has happened.
But I can also speak that, I don't know about 5 hours, but I think every newborn child will survive underwater. And I say every exceptions, of course, there are people who will not have lungs that can hold it. But majority of newborn children will actually survive underwater for a few minutes with no preparation whatsoever. Just drop them in there. They would for a few days. The science has shown now 5 hours.
Yeah.
And basically you're telling the lungs to do. Normally they can breathe underwater because they just came out from where they had to hold their breath and do all these connections to the mother. But that doesn't exist anymore. So the tendency is after a few minutes, you start the risk of the child drowning. For 5 hours, then you must have magic involved.
Yeah, and that one I only told you about fishermen.
Yeah.
All other all other families have different ways to do it, to showcase their bravery. Yeah, exactly. Yes, like if you talk about the blacksmiths, yes, they can put that child on fire, continue like the virus will continue burning, and nothing will happen to the. Yeah, if you could remember, I shared something in the Hausa class. Somebody sitting on fire, the fire was burning, and nothing happened to him. Yes. So, any question from online?
I'm surprised there are no questions.
Okay, I can see a few things from the chat. Okay. Okay, nobody is asking question from online. Say something. Elizabeth, say something.
I'm trying to think of a good way to word the question, but I'm really interested in language. So I was wondering, like, okay, how do I word it? Like in Africa, what other languages are similar to Hausa?
Oh, there are a lot of languages in Africa. In Nigeria alone, we have more than 500 languages. More than 500. So if you are talking about Africa, you are talking about a lot of different languages. Yes.
So she's asking, do you know any language related to Hausa?
Yeah, there are languages that are related to Hausa, especially Kulupulde or Fulani. Yes, are very related to Hausa because you know, one thing with Hausa is ability to assimilate other languages, especially languages that are closer to him. So some people cannot even differentiate between Hausa and Fulani. When they see them, their cultural displays and, you know, many of their ways of life, yeah, are becoming the same. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. It's more, your question is more anticipatory because next week we're moving on to language in Africa. But Hausa is a Chinese language. So it's a lot of its relatives, you find them not only in West Africa, but also Northern Africa. So but the influence of Arabic has made it such that you have to really step away from the Arabic influence, because the majority of languages that have influence of Arabic can often be mislabeled as belonging to each other. So I know with Hausa being in Nigeria, being in Niger, being in Ghana,
Togo, Cameroon.
So you can think about Fufude, which is what he talk about Fula. You can even think about connection to languages like Mande or Bambara. All of that is a direct impact of Arabic, because introducing the script meant there was a lot of things being shared among all those languages that chose to start with Arabic script.
Yeah, Roya. Anything?
Yeah.
Roya.
Class is over.
Okay.
Go ahead, pick on them because they've not said anything.
Yeah, Roya, can you hear me?
Hey, sorry, that's the wrong name. I've logged in the wrong account. My name is Bart.
Oh, okay, I knew that.
Oh, great. James.
Thank you, guys. I will send you the slide will be on ELC before the end of today. And also we can continue with the questions. It will still be on campus. And we'll resume our lectures regularly on Tuesday. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh.